The truth is, most people who try to actively trade stocks end up losing to a completely lazy investor who just parks their money and forgets about it. Think about taking $10,000, locking it in a digital vault, and literally doing nothing for a decade. No checking the news, no reacting to market crashes, just absolute silence. You would probably assume that without active management, your money would just slowly grow a tiny bit. But I am going to show you what actually happens to that money using real past data ending today in mid 2026. The numbers are frankly a little ridiculous. Now, to look at this, we're going to analyze the three best Fidelity index funds. We are using Fidelity because right now they're quietly offering some of the lowest fees in the entire industry, often beating out their biggest competitors. I am going to break down exactly what a $10,000 investment in 2016 would be worth right now. One of these funds tracks the standard 500 biggest companies. Another tracks literally every company in the country. And the third is a specific growth filter that completely demolished the other two. I will show you that growth fund in a minute, but let us start with the gold standard. If you ask almost any professional what to do with your first $10,000, they will point you to the S&P 500. Fidelity has a fund for this called FXAIX. When you put your money here, you are not trying to guess whether Apple will beat Microsoft this year. You are simply buying a tiny slice of the 500 largest, most profitable companies in the United States. Picture a massive pie chart where the biggest slices are the tech giants, but you also own pieces of banks, hospitals, grocery chains, and airlines. It is the ultimate default setting for American wealth. So, what happens when you just buy that pie and walk away? The thing is, the last 10 years have been incredibly chaotic. We had a massive global health crisis, supply chain collapses, inflation spikes, and relentless interest rate hikes. A lot of active traders got absolutely crushed trying to time all of those events. But if you had just left your $10,000 in FXAIX, you would have captured an annualized return of roughly 15.5%. You did not have to predict anything. The fund simply absorbed the shocks and kept riding the upward momentum of the overall economy. Looking at the exact numbers, that initial $10,000 would have compounded into roughly $40,000 by today. You quadrupled your money without lifting a single finger. But here is the interesting part about how this actually works in practice. That growth did not happen in a straight, smooth line. There were years where the fund dropped heavily, like in 2022. However, because you reinvested the dividends along the way, you were automatically buying more shares when the prices were cheaper. This is why doing nothing is often the most profitable action you can take. But there is a catch with FXAIX. Because it is weighted by the size of the companies, a massive portion of your money is actually tied up in just the top tech giants. You might think you are diversified across 500 businesses, but in reality, a few massive corporations are driving most of your returns. This leads to a very obvious question. If the biggest, fastest growing companies are the ones doing all the heavy lifting, why not just cut out the slow, boring companies entirely and only buy the fast ones? Well, that brings us to the second fund on our list. This is where things get really aggressive. Fidelity has a large cap growth index fund called FSPGX. Instead of buying the whole top 500, this fund applies a strict filter. It only keeps the companies that are expanding their earnings and sales at a rapid pace. Picture taking that massive pie chart from before and slicing away all the slow-moving utility companies, the regional banks, and the old manufacturing plants. You are left with a concentrated portfolio of pure growth, mostly technology, software, and innovation-driven companies. It is a much sharper, more focused tool. Personally, I think this is where a lot of investors get tempted to chase past performance. Because when you look at the real-world data for FSPGX over the exact same 10-year period, the numbers are staggering. The fund delivered an annualized return of almost 18%. That might not sound like a huge leap from 15%, but over a decade, compounding turns that small percentage gap into a massive pile of actual cash. That same $10,000 investment from 2016 did not just grow to $40,000. It grew to nearly $53,000. Let that sink in for a second. $53,000 from a single, passive $10,000 investment. But before you rush out to dump your life savings into this one growth fund, You need to understand the hidden cost of those high returns. The truth is, in finance, you never get extra reward without taking on extra risk. Because FSPGX is so concentrated in the technology sector, it is incredibly volatile. When the market is happy, this fund flies. But when the market panics, this fund crashes much harder than the broader economy. For example, during the market downturn in 2022, this growth fund took a massive hit, dropping over 30% from its previous peak. If you were sitting on that investment, watching a third of your money simply vanish on paper would be psychologically brutal. Most people think they have a high risk tolerance until they actually see red numbers on their screen. The point is, you have to ask yourself if you can truly stomach those deep drops without panic selling. If the answer is no, then pure growth funds are probably going to do you more harm than good. This is exactly why the third fund exists. If the first fund is the top 500 and the second fund is just the fastest growers, the third fund is the exact opposite. It is FSKAX, the Total Market Index Fund from Fidelity. With this one, you are not filtering for size or speed. You are simply buying the entire ocean. FSKAX holds thousands of different United States stocks. You own the massive tech giants, yes, but you also own the mid-sized retail chains, the small regional construction firms, and the tiny medical device startups that might become the giants of tomorrow. Imagine sweeping a massive net across the entire American economy. That is what FSKAX does. It gives you ultimate peace of mind, because you do not have to worry about whether large companies or small companies will perform better this year. You literally own all of them. In terms of past data, over the last 10 years, a $10,000 investment in this total market fund would have grown to around $38,700. It is slightly less than the S&P 500 fund, but the returns are incredibly close, hovering right around 14.5% annualized. So you have these three highly effective funds. One quadrupled your money, one gave you the whole economy, and one gave you over 50 grand. At this point, a lot of beginners make a very logical but completely flawed assumption. They think they should buy all three to be perfectly diversified. I see this all the time. Someone will put a third of their money in FXAIX, a third in FSKAX, and a third in the growth fund, thinking they have built a bulletproof portfolio. But they are actually making a huge mistake that completely defeats the purpose of index investing. The thing is, these funds heavily overlap. Remember, FSKAX owns the entire market. That means it already owns every single company inside the S&P 500 fund, and the S&P 500 fund already holds almost all the companies in the large cap growth fund. If you buy all three, you are not actually diversifying your portfolio at all. You are just buying the exact same tech giants 3 different times and making your portfolio unnecessarily complicated to track. You really only need to pick one of these as your core foundation. Now, I would argue the biggest advantage Fidelity gives you here is not just the variety of funds, but what they charge you to hold them. This is something that silently destroys wealth over time if you are not paying attention. Expense ratios. When you buy a mutual fund, the company managing it takes a tiny percentage of your money every year to cover their costs. The industry average for actively managed funds is often around 1%. That sounds like nothing, right? Just 1 penny on the dollar. But over 20 or 30 years, that 1% fee will eat tens of thousands of dollars of your potential growth. Fidelity keeps this cost almost non-existent. Their FXAIX fund has an expense ratio of just 0.015%. To put that into a concrete visual, if you have $10,000 invested, Fidelity is literally only charging you $1.50 a year to manage it. You could find that much change lost in your couch cushions. Even their aggressive growth fund only charges 0.035%. By keeping these fees basically microscopic, almost every single drop of compound interest stays in your account where it belongs. But I want to be completely honest with you about the hardest part of this entire strategy. The math is incredibly simple, and the fees are practically zero. The real challenge is entirely in your own head. When you hold an index fund for 10 years, you are going to go through long stretches where it feels like your money is doing absolutely nothing. You will have friends bragging about the random crypto coin they bought or the single tech stock that doubled in a month. You will feel incredibly bored. You will feel like you are missing out on the real action. That boredom is actually the filter that separates successful investors from everybody else. The people who made $40,000 or $50,000 off a simple $10,000 deposit over the last decade did not do it by being financial geniuses. They did it by having the discipline to sit on their hands and do nothing, while everyone else panicked or chased daily trends. You just need to choose your preferred level of risk, pick a single broad fund to capture the growth of human progress, and let time do the heavy lifting for you. Building wealth is just about finding the right tools and having the patience to let them work in the background. You do not have to figure all of this out on your own. Hit the subscribe button right now if you want to keep learning how to invest your money without losing your mind.